Hi, it's Jared here again from Intermission Tours. We're in Trafalgar Square, named after the victory in the Battle of Trafalgar. This is the Canadian High Commission. You have quite a few embassies, of course, in London. Not all in the West End, some of them on the outskirts, but the High Commissions are, of course, and you've got the Australian and the New Zealand. The High Commissions are part of the British Commonwealth. So this was originally a gentleman's club, so it's one of the most beautiful High Commissions or embassies in London. And we're here in Trafalgar Square with some iconic images. Of course, you have Nelson's column. And then you have here the Fourth Plinth. And the Fourth Plinth always changes. So it's had many different artworks here in the last few years. And this is by Samson Kambalu. And it shows John Chilembwe, who was a Malian missionary. And historically he wasn't allowed to wear a hat in front of the British missionaries. And he did. And he was photographed doing it. So he, like refusing to go to the back of the bus, John Chilembwe is an icon, and that's why he is larger than his companion, the British missionary next to him. So these always change. And the centre of Trafalgar Square, of course, is home to two art galleries. One is closed at the moment, the National Portrait Gallery, but this is the National Gallery, and you might imagine that this is actually closed, but it's not. They're just doing restoration work. And like a lot of galleries in London, they're free, and a lot of museums, which is one of the wonderful things about this city. Here you have St. Martin in the Fields Church and St. Martin's Lane. So if we carried on in that direction, we'd be going up Charing Cross Road. But if we continued straight, we'd be at Charing Cross Station. Charing is an old English word for turning in the river. And in the 1200s, Eleanor of Castile passed away, and her husband, King Edward, decided to mark her funeral procession from Lincoln to London with 12 crosses. And the final cross before her coffin reached Westminster Abbey was at the turning in the river, so that's why we say Charing Cross to this very day. If you ever need to realise and find out why and how we measure distances in London, behind Nelson's column there is a statue of King Charles I, and that statue everywhere in London, any distance from London, is measured from that statue. And then you can just see poking out in the centre the Elizabeth Tower of the Houses of Parliament and the bell inside Big Ben. And you can probably hear the buskers, the street entertainers as well. So do join me again. This is a busy Sunday morning, as it always is in London, but the weather's warming up because we're now in April. People have started to take off their coats. So everything's looking up for the spring. Join me again. Do follow my channel. Do subscribe. You can also book me privately. And do keep an eye out because I will be doing lots of live streams here in the future. Thanks so much for your support. Lots of love. And take care.